Hello everyone, this is Language-Enthusiast. Today is, Tuesday, October 3rd, the year 2023. The time now is 12:25 p.m. Okay, in the middle of the daytime, it's, I rarely record my voice in the daytime. Why am I recording my voice in the daytime like this today? Because my daughter went to see a movie and she's not here right now. So it gave me enough time to speak as freely as what I want. So I decided to practice my speaking at this hour, which is pretty unusual. All right. What did no, what happened to me yesterday? What did I do yesterday? Yes, I went to the dentist yesterday, right? I didn't, I don't think that you listened to my yesterday's recording because not many people listen to my recording or videos because it's not fun. It's not fun because I'm just talking about some ramble things. Is it okay, ramble? This word came into my mind, so I just said it. But random, yeah, not ramble. Yes, I'm always talking about some um, ra random topics here and there. So I don't think it is very people, interesting for people to listen to. But that's okay because this is my practice. So the main objective for my practice is for me to get used to speaking English itself, to get over my awkwardness towards speaking a foreign language. Because when you speak a foreign language, um, you tend to feel like you are being stupid, right? Because when you speak a foreign language, sometimes you cannot find the best words to describe yourself, to describe the situation, to express yourself thoroughly, freely to your heart content, to your heart's content. So it might make you feel like you're such a stupid guy, right? You are not intelligent enough. So could happen to you when speaking your foreign language. But this is something that you have to overcome by speaking. I think the speaking itself is the only solution for you to overcome this awkwardness or stupidness. Uh, and the more you do it, the better you get used to it. And yeah, and it's happening to me that I'm not feeling as stupidly as I used to when I'm speaking in English somehow, because I've been doing this practice for the last 60 days straight. I think only one day was missing. And I think 2 days are missing, but one day I skipped it because I didn't feel like doing it. It was toward the beginning of this practice, and I wasn't used to it at all. So I tended to be overwhelmed by this practice itself. But the second time, which was about 3 days ago, 4 days ago, I forgot when it was, but at that time I did it. I practiced it, and actually that was one of the worst recordings of my life. But um, it turned out that the file was broken, and I couldn't upload it. To my disappointment, to my disappointment. Okay, if I had done it, if I had, if I had listened to it, um, because the file wasn't broken, if I had listened to it, I wouldn't have felt that bad. Because as I always say, that even though sometimes I tend to feel that what I did in my recording was the most terrible. When I listen to it, to review it, I tend to feel that, oh, this is so weird because after listening to it, I find it not as bad, not as bad as I thought it would be. And I gained my confidence again because anyway, I did my practice, right? I completed it for the daily practice. And this is very important. But on that day, since the file was broken and I couldn't listen to it, it didn't make me feel better. And in the end, I had to finish the day with this very depressing feeling, and I was on the verge of um, giving up. But the next day, somehow, my mood gained back. I mean, I started feeling better again the next day, which saved my life. And then I came back to my daily practice. And today, in the daytime, I'm practicing my speaking because my daughter is not at home and I feel um, more relaxed because with my daughter on the upper floor, I always tend to feel that what I'm what I was doing, what I'm doing something, it might be heard by her somehow. A bit self-conscious, and yeah, I tend to care about small things, small matters, trivial matters. Um, I'm a bit sensitive. I'm a bit too sensitive. Okay, talking about going to the dentist. Okay, let's get back to where I was. Okay, I went to the dentist yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday. And on my way there, yes, I recorded my voice, right? I thought I couldn't do it on my way there because the day before yesterday, the night before yesterday, okay, I couldn't sleep much because I was tense. I was nervous because yesterday's procedure was going to be my very first time for the dentist yesterday. And I tried to fall asleep, but the more I tried to fall asleep, um, the more difficult I was doing it. So I gave it up, and instead I listened to some YouTube videos while I was in the bed. Okay, and the procedure itself was a lot easier than I had thought it would be, which was relieving to me. Yeah, I asked them to give me a anesthesia, local anesthesia. I couldn't have done it, probably, because they said beforehand that they even checked it though beforehand that the nerve of my tooth that I was going to um, get a treatment on uh, was dead already, they said. And so in such a case, without using an anesthesia, it it won't hurt, right? Because there is no nerve. It's not sensitive at all. It doesn't feel anything. So, but just the thought of taking the procedure without getting a local anesthesia was dreadful to me. So I asked them to do it for me, and they did it for me. They kindly did it for me, which I was happy about. All right, but I was just scared during the procedure because of the sound while they were drilling my tooth, because I would never be happy. I would never be happy about having my tooth drilled, right? Even though it's not no longer a very healthy tooth, but it's still my tooth. During the procedure, it lasted nearly 2 hours. It turned out to be longer, much longer than I thought I had thought it would be, though, and it was not painful at all. It was not painful at all, but I was just scared, and I didn't like it very much, of course, because it was quite tiring for me to keep opening my jaw or jaw. Is it okay? Is it okay for me to use this word in plural? No, singular. I have, we have two jaws, right? Upper jaw and lower jaws, lower jaw. So, should I say it was hard for me to keep opening my jars? Is that okay? All right. It was so tiring because it was such a long time. But the dentist worked so hard, and I was impressed. And I was happy that I trusted the dentist, and I was happy that I was able to find a dentist, even though it was pretty far from my house. I had difficulty finding the dentist in the first place because nowadays we have more dentists than convenience stores. So with so many with so many dentists we have, it's so difficult to find out which dentist is the best for you, or even which dentist is okay, or which dentist is decent enough or honest enough, right? But I found this dentist through the Google review, and believe me, I totally don't believe. I completely don't trust Google reviews nowadays because there are so many fake reviews. Yes, this is what I know, or this is what I assume, because the truth is unknown, right? But I chose this dentist because the review was not very good. But I tried to read each review thoroughly to examine who says the truth, didn't, who doesn't say the truth, or something like that. And I think I should be very careful about all those good reviews who only talk about general things or generic things, like the doctors are nice or nurses are nice, the atmosphere is good, or people are nice, they give me a great work, or let's see, um, yeah, it was clean, something like that. Because this is not saying something in detail, right? In particular. So I read their reviews one by one, thoroughly, with care, paying attention, and then I decided to go to the dentist. Because some people actually said something bad about the dentist. They didn't like the dentist, okay, but there are some people who say about um, good things about them, and um, it was so detailed. And but they admitted also some bad things that other people who gave the dentist some bad stars or bad reviews say, okay. Um, but still, they trust the dentist. So that's why I it got my attention. It got me interested in the dentist to make me think that I should go there myself to see how the dentist is with my own eyes. Okay, and yesterday was my third visit. The second time, the second time I just went there, and they could have treated my tooth because they understood the problem after uh, giving me a CT, okay? And they pointed out, they just pinpointed, is it okay? Pinpointed, or they understood what the problem was about my tooth. So they could have given me the procedure the second time, but I refused because I was too scared. I wasn't ready, I thought, and I just got the laughing gas, and because they might be going, uh, going, I mean, they might be going, I mean, they might be having that procedure to me, but I refused. So that's why I didn't have to get the procedure the second time, but they had to um, make me prepared by giving some laughing gas, happy gas, and that was my very first time to get the laughing gas, and I didn't like it very much. I thought it would be much happier, but it turned out that I felt anxious. Um, Probably because I was not familiar with the laughing gas, happy gas, whatever, and feeling anxious outweighed uh, feeling happy, or something like that. So I was not sure if I would ask them to use the happy gas uh, the next time, which was yesterday. And yesterday I went there and they gave me the laughing gas first, and I was not sure if this was going to be okay with me, and because I didn't want to feel as anxious as I had been the 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 time the last time, the previously. but somehow I think I got used to it. And yesterday, it made me feel so happier. I mean, no, this is not the right English, right? It made me feel happier, much happier. Okay. And fun. I felt, I found it funny, and I felt like I was drunk, which made me relax, and which made me loose, which made me take it easy, and take things easy, and which makes me so happy. I love that. I love that. I love the happy gas. And next time I'm going to ask them to use a happy gas to me because I love it now. Uh, since I never drunk nowadays. These days, I never drank. When I was younger, I drank a little, and sometimes I drank too much. I got carried away, and I drank more than necessary, which made me throw up, which made me sick. But nowadays, even I drink even a little bit of alcohol, it makes me sick. It makes me feel so sick and want to throw up. So I never want to drink nowadays. But this is good because um, we used to hear that drinking um, is was good for you. Only not too much alcohol, but if you take only a small amount of alcohol, it is it was even better for your health. But nowadays, we hear a totally different thing. Like we could hear that even a small amount of alcohol is bad for your health. It's not helpful. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help your health. So and I can save money by not drinking. And I don't smoke either. When I was younger, I used to smoke for a while, only a little bit, because in those days, everyone smoked, right? Because they admire people who smoked. So if you even before you became older enough to smoke, like in high school, even somebody in even in some for some people even in junior high, I don't know, like my father who passed away about 3 years ago started smoking when he was very small, like in elementary school, and he was boasting about it even because it just symbolized it used to symbolize that you were cool, right? Yeah, but this trend is outdated, right? Nowadays. But still, some people smoke, and I don't like them smoke on the roads because um, I especially hate secondhand smoke because it is said that it's secondhand smoke is even worse than um, the smoke. I mean, inhaling secondhand smoke is even worse for your health than um, smoke. I mean, you smoke, right? So that's why I don't like people smoke around me outside, not inside, because uh, most of, almost, yeah, all the places, I can say, all the places are not allowed for smoking nowadays, right? So that's why. But people used to smoke. It was totally okay to smoke in trains, in buses, in offices, even in offices at schools, right? teachers used to smoke in their offices, in schools. I can't believe this. Um, where was I especially? Anyway, where was I? Where was I? And what was I talking about? Where was I? I don't know where I was. And yeah, I went to the dentist, and it was not painful at all, but I was scared because of the sound of the drill and the sensation that I had to get. Well, they were drilling my tooth. I really wanted to go home as soon as possible, but I had to be there to fix my tooth, right? But they didn't finish the procedure yesterday, so I had to go back there again, and um, I don't know how many more times I have to go there though. Okay, anyway, and they stabbed something in my tooth, and now I have no problem about my tooth, but it still feels something different from other teeth. So my root, um, or there must be something wrong with my tooth still, or it's not completely fixed yet. So it's natural for me it might be natural for me to feel this way though. But my next appointment is a week away, in 10 days or so, but they might, I might get a phone call from them one of these days before my next appointment, um, whether or not I would love them to put me their opening. I don't know. Yeah, it happens. It could happen. Okay, anyway, I'm now relieved that um, I was able to find the right dentist for myself at last, and I really want to trust them. And they did a great job yesterday. As far as far as yesterday's is concerned, I found their procedure great, and I really want to keep trusting them. And okay, and I was thrilled yesterday after coming back from the dentist. I was thrilled because I was happy. It didn't hurt at all, and they did a great job. And I was able to come back home safe and sound. And I was enthralled. I was excited. And then what I did, what did I do? What did I do? I decided to send a message to my former acoustic teacher. I said that uh, the night before my dentist procedure, I couldn't sleep because I was too scared, too nervous, right? And then, because I couldn't fall asleep, I was not watching because I knew that it would be tiring myself more. So I decided to listen to some YouTube videos, right? And then I happened to find this video in which one of my former acoustic guitar teacher was playing with the other three musicians. It was from the year 2022, and I was learning the acoustic guitar in the year 2019, and the year 2020, the coronavirus thing broke out, right? And then I stopped going to learn all the musical instruments that I was learning in the year 2019, that year before, okay? And then, ever since then, I hadn't talked to the teacher, any teachers, all the teachers. But the year 2022, I learned that I was having a colon cancer, and I hadn't decide, I didn't decide which whether or not I should have an operation because it's a long story. But I had this, um, I happened to know this doctor, former doctor, who said that you shouldn't have an operation if you found out that you had an cancer, because when you have an operation, it'll kill you. And this is sensational, right? And this got me interested. This got me interested in this subject so much, and I really wanted to. I was almost about to believe this former doctor. He's very famous. He published so many books about the same subject, like you shouldn't have an operation for your cancer, or you'll kill yourself, or something like that. Okay, basically what he says is only this one. Okay, but it sounds so sensational that it have gotten so many people's attention. But he passed away last year. But before that, I had an opportunity to see him in Tokyo because I decided to get a second opinion from him. Yeah, it was quite expensive, but it was as expensive as usual second opinion. I mean, when you have a second opinion, you have to pay the same amount of money as I had actually paid to him. I actually paid to him. So I can say that his second opinion is outrageously expensive, or astronomically expensive, or his second opinion costs astronomical. I can't say that, but anyway, I had to go to Tokyo to use. I had to use the bullet train, which is the most expensive and the fastest train in Japan, to Tokyo to get his second opinion. And it was going to last for 30 minutes tops. Okay, and I made an appointment beforehand, and I went to Tokyo, and his office was in the very gorgeous apartment building or condo. Okay, we call it mansion, but it's not as gorgeous as mansions uh, you call you consider in other countries. So okay, anyway, I went there and I saw him uh, person to person, and I listened to his talk. I listened to his estimate, or I don't know, uh, not description, but his explanation. Okay, I listened to his explanation, but basically, what he says is always the same, which is if you have had an operation, your condition would be worse. Your condition would get worse much more quickly. And when I heard this, I thought, what's the point of coming all the way from my house to Tokyo to listen to his explanation because, anyway, what he says is always the same, right? But this made me determined to have an operation because um, I realized that he was not responsible for what he says, right? He doesn't see, he can't see the future, right? He just says the same thing over and over again, which is you shouldn't have an operation, right? He always recommends you don't have an operation. It never changed. So I was desperate. I was so disappointed, actually. But this made me determined, or this made me decide to have an operation in the end, finally. And it was good because I was able to decide that I was going to have an operation. Okay. And then, just before deciding that, I sent a message to my former acoustic guitar teacher because he was always talking about, um, I don't know, some schemes, some conspiracy out there about, coronavirus thing or something like that. I can explain it thoroughly now because of my vocabulary, but some people say that this coronavirus thing, for example, is part of conspiracy, which have been happening in the world, uh, about which many people even don't know. Some people are have been controlling this world, and most of us have been controlled by them. Okay, and my former acoustic teacher, um, especially liked to talk about this kind of topic, and sometimes he didn't teach me how to play the acoustic guitar, but he just talked about it. Yeah, he uh, gave me a lesson, but we only have we only had 30 minutes to do the lesson, but his lesson lasted much longer, like 1 hour and a half or something like that. And other than the 30-minute lesson, he talked about this kind of stuff, and he got into it, and he couldn't stop talking about it because he was so into it. And so that's why just before deciding if I was going to have an operation, I thought that this cancer thing could be um, there must have been some conspiracy about this cancer thing, like which is might be called cancer business or something like that. So I always felt skeptical about all the things. I tended to think that, oh, there must be some conspiracy behind this or something like that. So I couldn't stop thinking about this way. And so that's why I thought if I asked something about this to my acoustic teacher, he might give me some information about this. So I sent him a message because I knew his telephone number, because during the COVID stuff, COVID thing, teachers sent their students a message telling that their lessons had been canceled. So I knew his telephone number because of this message, and that was for the first time in over a year, and I didn't know if my former acoustic teacher would be happy to hear from me. But anyway, I sent him a message saying that um, it's been a long time and long time no see, and I am for your former student, and sorry to send you a message suddenly, but to my disappointment, I found out that I had a cancer, and so do you know anything about this cancer business thing or something like that? And his reply was a bit surprising, which he said that, oh, I'm sorry, but I don't know much about this topic. And I was like, what? He was talking about all those schemes and conspiracies happening around the world, and then he is not familiar about with this topic. That's weird, I thought. Yeah, deep down. But yeah, I couldn't ask him any more, so just we exchanged very normal greetings, which was a bit surprising and disappointing to me. Okay, anyway, and I decided not to send him any more messages after that. But since the yesterday, I was so thrilled. I was high, actually. Yeah, in a nutshell. I was high. And yeah, no, even before I went to the dentist yesterday, I already sent him a message because I was actually very happy to see him playing the guitar. I mean, they're playing jazz though, and I was very happy to see him playing in the video. So I just wanted to tell him that. Okay, simply okay. And then I sent him a message in the morning, I guess. But yeah, no, yesterday, the day before yesterday. I'm confusing. I'm confused. I'm confused. The day before yesterday. Well, let me let me think a bit. Okay, that's different. Probably when I was watching his video, it was even the night before yesterday. Night before yesterday? 2 days before the night. I mean, even the night before. I mean, no, I can't explain it properly, but okay, anyway. Yesterday. Um, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. It happened yesterday, right? Okay, okay. Let me say it again. Okay. I understand. Um, I went to the dentist yesterday, right? And I sent him the first message yesterday. Okay. And then I, yeah, this is something. Okay. In the, this is so confusing. So, okay. And then, anyway, um, I didn't expect him to reply to my message because I didn't even know that he was happy to hear from me, right? But it was okay for me to send him that message, and that's all, I thought. But yeah, after all, I began to feel a bit uneasy about me sending him a message after all. Because if you mm, did a reaction, if you take a reaction, if you took a reaction, you begin to feel the result, right? Anyway, and just as I imagined, yeah, I didn't think I was imagining this. I didn't have to imagine this, but actually I began to imagine some things which made me feel uneasy, like was it really okay for me to send him a message after 1 year? Since I had sent him the message the last year, the previous year, in the first place, and it made him unhappy, or was it wrong for me to do that? Or what if I wouldn't hear from him? It would make me feel stupid or something like that. Yeah. But I try not to think about this too much because it was too late, right? Um, as they say, there's no crying over spilled milk, right? So there's no point of crying over spilled milk, right? So I stopped this imagination, okay? And then I took a nap for a while because I was so tired. And when I woke up, I heard from him actually, and he asked me, "Oh, did you have an operation yesterday? I don't know, last year or something like that." And but he ended his message by saying that, "Okay, um, this whole I don't know how to say it in English, but okay, we work hard to get together or something like that." Like it's a very obligatory greeting. Okay, it didn't sound like okay we keep it in touch or something like that. No, 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 that's not totally true. He just ended his conversation and he just seemed to want to end our conversation actually. I just sensed that. Okay, and I didn't reply to his message. I didn't reply to his reply uh, since this morning. And today, this morning, I had to go to my rehab the first thing in the morning. And after I came back, somehow I decided to reply to him. His question, I mean, he's asked me if I had an operation last year. And I sent him briefly that yes, just after I had asked you about the cancer business last year, I decided to have an operation, and but that stage was 1B, so it was not serious. So it saved my life, and I felt happy about it. Um, but it gave me a good opportunity to think about my life more seriously And thanks to this opportunity, I'm now working really hard on something that I already accomplished while I'm living. Um, and at the end, I said that I respect someone like you, who has continued doing whatever you love in your life. I didn't say anything like goodbye or so long or something like that, but I just ended by saying that I respect you. Okay? And then right away he replied to my message saying that life is hard, life is tough, but let's work hard ourselves or something like that. And it just shows that he wants to end the conversation. So, but it was okay because I was able to tell him what I wanted to say to him. Like, I was really happy. I was actually happy to see him playing music in the video. And yeah, I said to him whatever I really wanted to say, all the things I wanted to say to him. So, and I now know that he is still alive there. He's still working hard. He's pursuing his dream. And yeah, and I can now feel much better now after the operation. And I'm grateful for my life. And so there's nothing wrong. There's nothing depressing, right? There's nothing sad, right? Um, I try to be positive, and he is positive. He's not serious at all. And yeah, it's a long story, and it's pointless. Yeah, it might have been pointless, but I just wanted to talk about this, and I'm happy that I can explain this, the whole story. Um, I was disorganized, and my story was messy. Yeah, I think so. But still, I was able to talk about this not in my mother tongue, but in my foreign language, which is English. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. And I really want to improve my English so that I can explain my feelings, my thoughts, um, yeah, everything more in detail, um, more freely, like I can do in my mother tongue. And language learning is tough, but yeah, it's not always fun. Yeah, there's sometimes when I feel desperate, discouraged, sad, disappointed, but still, to be able to express myself in my foreign language is something really rewarding and meaningful. And I love this feeling. And I really wish that I could do the same thing in my Spanish. But my Spanish is much, much lower than my English. And I have, yeah, actually little time to spend on my Spanish actually, because I've been concentrating on my English. And English comes first, because there are many people who get stuck at this level, like upper intermediate level, right? Um, in order to take my English to the next level, I have to work harder. I have to work hard. But it's just a matter of practice and it's just a matter of time that I'm going to spend. Time. Yeah, I'm going to spend. So, all I have to do is just keep going, keep doing more, on the daily basis, day by day, right? Because the more you do it, the better you can get at it. So it's natural. And this way, you can just acquire your native language. But you're lucky when you learn when you acquire your native language, you didn't have to make a huge, huge effort to acquire it, right? You were surrounded by the language. You were absorbed in the language. You were immersed in the language. And you naturally uh, picked up your mother tongue, right? But it took a long time, right? And your improvement happened little by little, day by day, right? But when it comes to your foreign language, um, you tend to be frustrated just because it takes such a long time, but you are still an adult and you can't wait any longer because you tend to feel that it could happen in a day or two. But no, it will never happen in a day or two. It'll take a long time. So you have to be patient while you're enjoying, right? It's quite difficult because how could you be enjoying something while feeling frustrated, right? And since, especially if the language you're learning is your first foreign language, you can never experience this, right? So you never know what's happening to you. You never know what what will come out. So it can make you frustrated even more because you can never work hard on something that of whose result you never know, right? Yes, and the fact is, I'm so hungry now. I'm starving. I'm starved. I'm starving to death. And since I don't have to cook for two people today for lunch, I've been just thinking about what to eat. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Okay, I'll talk about something else tomorrow too, so please look forward to it. Okay, have a great Wednesday. Okay, bye for now.